when this topic is being announced, I don't mean Sunbeam School, because Sunbeam School is known for everything that it does. I've seen it from the inception in 1972. I was a little girl at that time, and it's so heartening to see so much happening. So, see, all of us are here to study something, to educate ourselves, to make a great life for ourselves. And in this, my endeavor is to maybe just show you a few pointers that might help you. Take it if you like it, or use a supermarket approach. See, when it comes to education, there was a time when the Gurukula method produced the greatest scholars, philosophers, musicians of India. And then came a time when the British invaders came. One person had a brilliant idea that if you want to destroy a civilization, destroy the culture. And that was the time when Gurukula was abolished and the modern schooling education came in place. And since then, the good thing is that this education is available to everyone. That's the great thing about the modern school education. But there are a few things which are some pitfalls that now that we've experienced the modern schooling methods for almost so many decades now. See, when we look back at it, there are a few things which are a little bit alarming. Along with education, what we also generate is a byproduct called stress. The stress, particularly, see now there are schools in all big towns, everywhere. So people have to come. So the stress starts from the morning, from your mother waking you up. Beta, it's time to go. Chalo, get up, get ready, the bus will go. That stress, first, the child goes through that stress. Then, when we come to school, there are set syllabuses. Everybody goes through the same thing. The pressure of performance, that's another stress generating thing. We have to perform. And marks are everything today. When we tend to learn, because it's not for the love of the subject, but it's more for the marks, for the degree, so that we get a job, and the job takes care of survival. So, the current education method is more about learning, mugging things, getting a degree, getting a job, and being in survival mode, rather than growth and living life. And the stress on values and culture is also now secondary. Let's just have a look at the Gurukula method and what it used to offer. In the Gurukula method, Gurukuls were in some remote village, a non-polluted place with clean air, lovely energy, vibrant places. The classes were small in number, so the relationship with the teacher knew everything about the student and therefore was able to groom the student in their particular field of choice. Coming to particular field of choice, it's today when, one more thing before that the student used to be a family with the Guru's family. It used to be a family where they learned everything of living life too, along with the knowledge of the subject. So it used to be a life of discipline, get up in the morning, do your yoga, do your pranayama, and soak in the sunlight. They didn't need vitamin D capsules like we now look for sometimes. And then do your studies, and then do seva. And they also learned, see, the big focus was on culture and behavior, on respecting the students respecting the on students respecting the teachers, the parents, on the way they behaved with people, on atithi satkar, on seva, on care, on all these things that make up the character of a person. So this was Gurukula system for you. And one of the main things which would be a takeaway today is that they were trained in their vocation from the age of 7. All other things were a part of the training, but if somebody liked maths, if somebody liked music, if somebody liked astronomy or whatever, they were trained from the age of 7. So by the time they were 17 or 15, 16, they were almost professionals. Whereas today, in the modern education, it's only after 10th, 12th we decide or we start thinking, what should we do? We look around at community, Asha, that person's doing IIT, maybe we should also do that. Maybe we should do medicine, maybe we should do that. So straight away, 10 years of valuable training time is lost. Now, the reason that I'm sharing this today with all of you is that maybe we could take some things from the Gurukula system of education for ourselves today. Modern schooling is a must. Nobody is going to go and stay in villages and learn from a Guruji now. That's not going to happen. And we absolutely need the training today that we have to be globally connected, to work with people all around the world. And for everything that's happening in the world, we absolutely need what's going on today. But maybe we can add a few things from what our peers already had. Maybe we could save those 10 years. Maybe we could have some smaller classes so that the connect with the teacher is there. Maybe we could also have more stress on the behavior and the culture and the values. In fact, in Japan, children up to 6 are taught only culture and values. Everything comes after that. Maybe we could also have a week in 3 months at an actual Gurukul, which, a little less of geography, history, chemistry, etc. might not really hurt us that much, but a week in a Gurukul, which is a traditional Gurukul, just a week to spend there, that is something that will bring us back to our roots, know what we are, and it really helps. Now, these are my own experiences that I'm talking about. As Anita ji said, I belong to a family of traditional violence. I'm the 7th generation. So today, as I stand before you, I'm a product both of Gurukul and the modern education. And I'll tell you how I managed both. In the family, it's a tradition that when a child is born, when they're 3 years old, they are given music as a vidya. Just like parents transfer their bank accounts and everything that they have as a tradition to the next generation, like that in our families, music is considered a wealth, and that is passed on. And then I had to practice 3 hours a day. 4 to 7 I would practice in the morning, 4 to 6 and 7 to 8, and then go to school. So with the result, by the time I was 13, I was a professional. And when I did my master's, BA and master's and got gold medals and a PhD, it was cakewalk. You know why? Because I had already learned all these things when I was small. So maybe in today's schools, we can have a part-time, like you can identify what you're talented in, what you're passionate about, and have specialized training on that right from the age of 7 or 8, so that children actually become professionals by the time they're 15 or 16. They become Atmanirbhar. Atmanirbharta starts at home, starts with us. Don't wait for your college or school or for the government to reform their policies to do this. These are little things that even you can do yourself. Like even one person, you take care of yourself, the world is taken care of. So you need to become Atmanirbhar. So I'm just giving you suggestions, some things that I did. I did the same for my children. I have 2 daughters who play on the violin. They were also trained the same way. Yes, are they educated? Very well. One is a mechanical engineer, one is a chartered accountant. But they chose music over they had full freedom to choose whatever they liked. But then what they told me was that, Ma, in this, we are already trained. We are already beginning to be established in the field of music. But in whether we do engineering or a CA, we have to take it from the beginning again. So there is an advantage in using those 10 years that you have, decide beforehand what you like, what you're talented at, go to a master, see if they will tell you whether you can really do well or not, or in something else. Of course, we do have career counselors nowadays, which you do after 10th, 11th, 12th, but I'm just talking about those 10 years which are crucial, and it can help every individual to really go ahead in life much faster and learn whatever you want to learn with complete focus on that, and all the other things that you anyway need to learn. So today I practice what I preach. I have an online school, sharangdev.com, which teaches music online. And we are one of the first people who have an offline Gurukul also, which is built absolutely the traditional way. So we have students online who also come to the Gurukul. So this model is working beautifully, and it gives a connect back to who we really are without losing out on the modern things. So I believe that each one of you, God has made each one of you special. There is something in you that is ultra special. There's something in you that is not there in other people. So instead of just going by run of the mill, that because they are doing something or I'm doing something, or I also have to do that, or rather competition, just discover what you're made for and put some effort, maybe 1 hour, maybe half an hour, maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours into that. Every day, that's important, and hone your skills. And in this age of AI, human skill cannot be taken away if you're really skilled. So making yourself skilled is your responsibility. Schools, institutions can help you. If you come forward and say, I'm interested in this, can you find me a teacher? Maybe they might, I'm sure they will. So that's my prayer for each one of you, that you find the core you, make the best you of yourself, and go ahead in life and enjoy life, not as competition, but as be in coordination with everybody, serve the place where you came from, serve everybody, and be ready to give back to the world what the world gave to you. So these are my suggestions. As I said, take it if you like it. If not, this will remain with you sometime whenever the time comes, whenever universe presents something to you. That is something that you might want to think about. And yes, I'm a musician. Today I was requested whether I could play something for you. So I will leave you with a bit of music. So what I'm going to play today is a fusion. It's going to be based in Raga Hamsadhwani, which is traditional classical raga, and with it, a little bit of rhythm and beats to make it interesting for you. Thank you so much.